going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Worst Company to Have. My name is Kyle, and here always is...
I'm Alex.
What's up, guys? It's been, 3 weeks since we did our last episode?
Something like that. We're not consistent.
No, we're not. I mean, yeah. Can't even finish my thoughts properly.
Got Hulu stuff to catch. Actually, it's not even Hulu stuff to catch up on. It's just episodes of Seinfeld that I keep watching.
Yeah, but due to some unforeseen circumstances, we had to take a little hiatus, but we're back. We're back in action.
And we're gonna try to keep it up this time.
Yes. We're gonna try to keep it up. Okay, so let's get started right off the bat. Alex, you got quick bits for us?
Got quick bits, but before that, Jessica Jones is gonna be premiering Thursday.
Oh, that's
season
right.
2.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for that. Jessica Jones was probably my second favorite series out of all of the Defenders.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just upset because I'm not going to be able to binge it until like a week later. So I have to get these spoilers out. But are you excited for Jessica Jones at all?
I actually haven't seen the first season,
I recommend it.
I'll have to check it out one of these days when I'm not too lazy.
People
By the way,
go ahead.
if you guys are hearing something in the background, my roommate's taking a shower, and I'm pretty sure that's picking up on the stuff. So, sorry, guys. Go ahead, continue.
But yeah, so people tend to avoid Jessica Jones because of the first episode. They're like, "Oh, it's softcore porn." Like, it's really just yeah, it's a sex scene. Get over it. It's not.
Yeah.
That's not what it's about. But I mean, if you need any more of a reason to watch it, David Tennant does a great job as Pokemon, and he's gonna be back for season 2. So I'm just excited for it.
Okay.
I'm ready to put on my Defenders t-shirt and hinge it. Oh, look at you! You're about to destroy everything.
I know. I'm just trying to set it up to move the mic a little closer.
But after that.
There we go.
After that. Whoa.
Sorry.
What's going on?
That's it. We're done.
All right.
We've forgotten how to do this. But yes, Jessica Jones, you're excited?
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm excited for that. Along with Jessica Jones, Iron Fist Season 2 got announced.
Okay.
Production on that has wrapped. They're going into editing, and I believe Luke Cage has already revealed the trailer. I haven't watched it yet, but he'll be coming out pretty soon as well. So I think we'll get Luke Cage next, and then I haven't heard anything about Season 3 for Daredevil, but it looks like they'll be moving stuff along with Iron Fist with Season 2. Season 2 is going to be taking the Heroes for Hire route, so Luke Cage will be in more of Iron Fist. And then maybe they'll do the whole Daredevil Resurrection storyline after that.
Right. And Inhumans is just done, right?
Inhumans did not even survive its first season.
Did it even survive a pilot?
It survived its pilot. Weirdly enough, Marvel thought it was good enough to release it in theaters.
Yeah, I saw that.
So they had that going for a while, and I didn't watch it, not because of the reviews or anything. I just didn't have time. But after hearing the reviews, I'm just very curious as to see what went wrong. But Inhumans, it just seems like it just did not work.
Right.
I don't know what they tried, but yeah, immediately they were like, no Season 2. We don't. I'll have to look it up, but I don't think, when I say it didn't survive its first season, I don't even think it did a full run.
Yeah, I don't think so.
But it might have, but I'd have to double check.
Yeah.
But with that,
which is unusual since the Marvel TV shows have.
They're generally pretty good. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Goes up and down. There's a ghost in your room.
Jesus Christ! Everything's just falling apart.
It's not the wind. Yeah. So generally they're pretty good. I know Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. has its ups and downs, and more recently had more ups because they brought in Ghost Rider. Yeah. So hopefully they try Inhumans again later on.
Do you think it would have worked better if it was the film, like they planned to do that in the beginning?
Probably, honestly. Because I mean, if you get a decent enough director, and you have a better budget, because I mean, Lockjaw must have been expensive,
right? And apparently it didn't look good at all.
like in the trailers, he looked well. I haven't seen it, so I don't really know, but I know they shaved Medusa's head at some point.
Oh yeah.
So I mean, okay, but I think it would have worked better as a film.
Yeah,
honestly.
probably.
But well, hopefully, if Marvel does decide to do it again, maybe they'll do the film.
Yeah, because I feel like with a character who can't talk, because the sound of his voice would destroy everything. Yeah. That wouldn't make sense in an episodic format, especially since he's like a main character.
Yeah, and I think like Vin Diesel was in talks to like play him at some point, which isn't really bad casting, but no. I think it was just more convenient for them because they already had him.
Right.
Speaking of Vin Diesel, James Gunn retconned Groot, and original Groot is dead, and baby Groot is actually his son now, according to James Gunn.
What?
So in the comics, the way if Groot is destroyed, if you take the smallest piece of him that you can find and you plant it, he grows back. And he has his memories, he has everything, he has his personality and all that. And that was the case for the longest time, up until like, I think a month ago, where out of the blue, James Gunn was like, baby Groot's actually his son. And people were like, no.
So it's Groot Jr.?
Yeah. So it's Groot Jr. Like, it's not original Groot, but it's still voiced by Vin Diesel and all that.
And it still acts like Groot.
Still acts like Groot. It's Groot.
Just
it's his son now. Like, it's weird. I don't know. Like, why even throw that in there? Why even throw that argument to... I don't know.
Yeah.
But
interesting.
From that, James Gunn, potentially, I don't know what's really going on with Kevin Feige, but he's listed to manage the last like slate of films that they've announced.
No way.
And it looks like Kevin Feige is looking to for a way out. I think he might be done with the MCU, and Disney might be looking to have like a new head of Marvel.
Oh.
And people are saying either the Russo brothers or James Gunn to take the reins, and I think those are pretty good picks.
Yeah,
because I
can agree with that.
Yeah, because if anything, I know it's different than managing actors in one movie than managing a whole slate of movies.
Yeah, right.
But I mean, if anyone can do it, I think either the Russo brothers or James Gunn can.
What if it's a joint effort?
I mean, if we're gonna get an amazing slate of movies, then
that'd be dope.
Yeah. So
on to quick bits.
On to quick bits.
All right, cool.
All right.
That was a quick bit of news.
Let's see.
All right, Alex, what you got for us?
Let me get through all these ads first.
Ads.
Okay, first things first. People apparently think Tom Cruise would be a good choice for Green Lantern.
Nope. No.
Why?
No.
You don't want this 50-year-old man?
No! Basically, your feelings from the Detective Pikachu movie is my feelings of Tom Cruise being Green Lantern. No.
Fair enough.
It just... Look, I like Tom Cruise as an actor. I think he's done some pretty decent stuff. Granted, I haven't watched a lot of his films, but he's a great actor. No, not as a superhero. No.
It's crazy to think that he was almost Iron Man.
No.
Do you realize that the whole MCU started because of him? The whole entire... He was on board. Like, he was so behind Iron Man. He was going to star Iron Man. He was going to be our Tony Stark. Until he got either bored or he got tired of waiting or something. And then Robert Downey Jr. came in and swept up that role.
Oh my god.
So... It was because of Tom Cruise that the MCU even exists at the moment. So, to that, I'm just like, I don't know. It'd be a weird world. Like, would the MCU even exist the way it does now if Tom Cruise was Iron Man?
Right.
I don't even know.
Yeah, plus, would he even be able to capture that kind of spirit? Because with RDJ, it's like he is Iron Man. He is Tony Stark.
It's the same way that Tom Holland and Chadwick Boseman have captured their characters.
You can't really think of anyone else to play but those. Yeah. It's you could say the same for all of the people that they chose for.
Yeah.
Even like the original Rhodey, what's his name? Terrence Howard.
Yeah, Terrence Howard.
Honestly, I would not be able to imagine him in Civil War.
You know what the sad thing is that that's one of the reasons why he left was because at the time Marvel was like, we can replace you. Like, you're not Robert Downey Jr. It doesn't matter. Like, you're not a significant character.
Right.
And Terrence Howard went and told Robert Downey Jr. about that, and Robert Downey Jr. at the time was just kind of like, well, like, I'm not going to fuck up my career because you feel left out.
Wow.
Sorry. And Terrence Howard left, and so that's why we got Don Cheadle. Yeah. Don Cheadle.
Which I think he fits the role of War Machine a lot better.
Yeah, he does. So, it's just it's a sad thing when stuff like that happens.
Yeah.
But I mean, at least now directors finally are like understanding when they come to Marvel, they know exactly what they're getting into.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like so, and actors already know. Like, if you get a Marvel role, like you're pretty much set. Like, you're just a role with Disney in general. You're pretty much set with everything. Because look at Lupita Nyong'o. She became Maz Kanata in Star Wars.
Yeah.
And now she's Nikita in Black Panther.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right.
She's a great character. So, I mean, with Terrence Howard, I mean, he's doing pretty well for himself. He's got that show.
Empire?
Yeah. So, he's all right.
Yeah, he's doing fine.
He's doing fine.
It's just no Disney Marvel role.
Yeah. But, moving on from that.
Yeah.
I didn't know this. There's a Terminator 6 coming out.
Oh my
Arnold
God.
Schwarzenegger has confirmed a start date. I guess they're going to start filming soon.
Is he going to be in it?
Probably.
Wow.
They should have ended it a long time ago.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Is this one backed by James Cameron again, or
I everything James Cameron says to date now is just I take it with a grain of salt because this man is just like more Avatar movies.
Oh God.
More. Yeah. He's like he only comes up once a year out of the deep blue because he's always
to make a movie about blue people.
That man lives at the bottom of the ocean. Like it's not.
He comes out once a year to feed.
Is it done yet? No, James. Yeah, so...
I agree. I feel like they should have stopped. I feel like Genesis should have been over and done with, and just...
The Sarah Connor Chronicle should have continued.
I never watched it, but I heard it was good.
I partially watched it. This was at the time when I didn't... I don't even think Netflix was around at that time either.
Jeez.
But I watched partially. Like, I just remember watching it on cable and seen some shows. I was like, that's pretty cool.
Do you remember when Netflix used to be a service where they delivered DVDs to you before you could stream?
I do. And I was always terrified of like ordering one because I'm like, what if I lose it? There's no like Redbox I can go to.
So. For those of you who are listening who didn't know that, Netflix used to be a service where they delivered movies to you instead of just downloading them from your TV.
Netflix and chill was an instant. You had to plan that shit.
You had to work your entire schedule around it.
All right. Top Gun 2 is
talking about this.
Is filming this summer.
Oh my God.
Why? Top Gun ends with him starting World War III, right? He launches a missile somewhere. Like, I don't.
It's just funny how like I was literally just talking to you about this like when I was playing GTA 5. That heist mission where you steal the plane or the jet and then the highway to the danger zone song plays and it's very Top Gun and now you're now you're telling me that they're gonna make it a Top Gun 2? Oh my God.
Yeah. So actually, Top Gun 2 has been in pre-production for the longest time.
Okay.
I think it's been like maybe 2-3 years now.
Mm-hmm. Oh damn.
And,
okay.
Yeah, Tom Cruise confirmed it a while back, but it looks like they're finally gonna start filming this summer. So. And summer's right, so we can get more of those hot. I can't even say it with a straight face. Those volleyball scenes that are just super awkward.
Those like semi-homoerotic volleyball scenes.
Longest volleyball scene in the world. Longest volleyball anything.
Fair enough.
Alright. Jumanji 2 is out on home video.
I have not seen Jumanji,
but it hasn't left theaters yet.
Really?
That's what this article says. I haven't seen it on shelves. It's probably going to be released soon. I'm usually pretty good at keeping up to date on movies that I want to collect and stuff.
Right.
But for the most part, I remember that game. Sorry, Game Grumps is playing in the background, and they're playing the Simpsons game for the GameCube. And I love it. But back to Jumanji. I haven't seen it. I wanted to see it.
I want to see it too because everyone's saying it's so good. It's like surprisingly good for like. Everyone says that this is like a sequel.
You know what? If you're not doing anything later, let's just go. Let's go after this. But yeah, it's a surprise. I'm still to this day kind of shook that Zathura isn't a sequel. For the longest time, I thought it was a sequel. It's not, apparently.
It's like you told me that.
Yeah, I thought it was a sequel for the longest time because it's the exact same concept. Either someone got ripped off, which it might be the case.
It might be a spiritual sequel.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. But moving on from that, let's see.
Yeah. So yeah, wow. All right.
Legion Season 2 prepares for the end of everything in the first full trailer. That's what this article's title is.
Okay.
I haven't watched Legion at all.
Neither have I.
I hear mixed things about it.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's good enough to get a second season, then
you might be doing something right, right? Yeah.
So one of the things I'm a little excited for is Shazam. There have been pictures that have been leaked. Images of what's his name? Something Levy.
Oh, Zachary Levy.
Zachary Levy. There you go. Thank you. He's in the full Shazam outfit, and it looks very comic book accurate.
That's what what I think I heard something about that too.
Yeah.
Let me see this. I'm gonna Google image it right now.
It doesn't look like they even bothered to modernize it. It looks like just cloth after cloth.
Google Images isn't exactly giving me what I'm looking for, but okay.
Let me see if I can pull it up really quick.
Well, I mean that's good. I mean we like costumes that are accurate.
Yeah. So the only thing is that it looks a bit Halloween costume-ish.
Okay.
So let me see if I could bring it up really quick. It looks like that really old. Here's a couple. So here's one where it's him facing forward.
Okay. Oh shoot.
Yeah. And then this is a bit more of, if I could get to it. Picture of the back.
Okay.
So
yeah, you're right. Wow. Ooh. That does look pretty. I'm getting a Turbo Man vibe from this.
Exactly. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, good. My roommate stopped.
Oh.
I can hear. I'm pretty sure you guys can hear too. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting a Turbo Man vibe from this. I mean,
it's like if Turbo Man got caught in somebody's curtain.
Okay. I mean, wow. That is very comic book accurate. Holy crap.
Yeah. I mean,
wow.
And Zachary Levy is you can kind of tell he's wearing kind of a muscle suit, but the dude has bulked up a lot.
Yeah, that's something that you mentioned the last time.
Yeah, he's bulked up a lot, and kudos to him, man, for putting in that effort.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm looking at concept art or fan art right here on Google, and from what you showed me from the set photo or whatever, it's really not that much of a deviation. It looks like they literally ripped it right from the.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm looking forward to seeing Shazam.
Yeah, me too. Because for the first they were like, "Oh, it's not gonna be part of the DC," and people were like, "Why?" And they're like, "Never mind, it's part of the DC." And so Shazam is one of my favorite DC heroes, just because it's legitimately just a child.
Yeah, right.
So I love it. So
nice.
Yeah, moving from that, the Hellboy movie really leaned, and it's in quotations, on Mike Mignola's comics, which are the like original, like not original, but the more kind of recent Hellboy comic books, which is really good because those stories are very, very good. They're just so rich with storytelling, and I'm excited that they're actually taking more comic book influence with these new ones, because Guillermo del Toro, he did his homework with Hellboy, but ultimately that's his own like creation. That's his
right.
own,
Right. It's like his own take on it. Right.
Yeah, it's his own take. Let's see. Karen Gillian reacts to Jumanji beating Guardians of the Galaxy at the box office. Is that right? She's a female lead in Jumanji.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess.
Wow.
But I mean, for the most part, Jumanji did pretty well because it beat out Star Wars, too.
I heard that too.
Yeah, it beat out Last Jedi. So.
To be fair, though, Last Jedi was pretty divisive.
Yeah.
Right, but to beat out a Marvel movie, that's impressive.
Yeah. But again, with Guardians 2, in my personal opinion, it was just more of the same of the first one.
True.
There wasn't much of a difference, but you're right. To beat out a Marvel movie, it's a good staple to have.
And Guardians 2 was a very like anticipated movie, and even though, like you said, yeah, I can agree, it was kind of like more of the same. Just like with a few extra jokes here and there, and it like the dynamic between the group seemed like they've been together for a lot longer. It's a solid movie. It's a solid Marvel movie. But yeah, for that to beat out not only a Guardian, I mean, I understand if this was like an obscure Marvel movie, like Doctor Strange. You know, it's like, okay, nobody was really. I mean, Doctor Strange was the first one. It was like, oh, okay, yeah, whatever, we'll see it or whatever. But Guardians 2, it's like, okay, everyone loved the first one, so they're gonna go see the second one. It's like, oh, I can't wait to see this one. It's like there was more hype around that one, and then it got beat out by a movie starring Kevin Hart and Jack Black.
Yeah. So,
all right,
that just builds up my curiosity even more to go watch it. So, Jumanji's gonna.
Oh. There she goes again.
Missed the spot. So, fan art of John Boyega as Blade.
Okay, you gotta show me this.
Oops. If my tablet doesn't stop flipping around. I'm not gonna open the article because that's not what Quick Bits is about. But
oh shit! You know what? I can kind of see that.
Yeah,
I can see it.
And actually, the other day I was thinking to myself, I was like, you have all these actors, like Lupita and who've been with Marvel for such a long time, or not, have been with Disney for a while now.
Right.
And are slowly converting into other roles and their other properties. It's like, why hasn't John Boyega been placed as a superhero yet? And I think Blade would actually be pretty good.
I think so too. So, I can see it.
But
I mean, he's no Wesley Snipes, but
I have mixed feelings about that. He did a pretty good job though. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, he came out and he was like, oh, it's like Marvel like needs to hire you back to be Blade again, and Marvel was like, no, we don't have to do anything.
If they did bring Wesley Snipes back as Blade for like a Marvel reboot or something, since Blade is a Marvel property, would you watch it?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
I would.
Just because it'll complicate things.
You think so?
Because that means the first Blade movies would be canon.
Oh, yeah.
They would be canon, and then in those, what else? I think they're also connected to like something else. I want to say that they're connected to something else, but
I mean, with Infinity War coming out,
That's true.
You can pretty much do anything.
But I mean, why go back to like Wesley Snipes or
I don't know. I mean, basically, it's basically all but confirmed that Hugh Jackman is going to be part of the MCU now because of the whole Fox Disney merger now. Like I've been hearing a lot of things and I've been reading a lot of things where they're gonna put the X-Men in MCU, but as in like an alternate dimension type thing.
As of right now, Disney hasn't came out and confirmed anything.
Of course, that's what I'm saying. It's all but confirmed. Like even Hugh Jackman has said.
Hugh Jackman's been wanting to be part of the MCU for the longest time.
Exactly. He said that after Logan, it's like, okay, he's done. Mm-hmm. He's done with Wolverine, which is cool. You can build up on X-23 and stuff like that. But I've heard him state that the only way he would ever go back to Wolverine is part of the MCU. Yeah. And lo and behold, you got the Disney-Fox merger. X-Men is now a property of Marvel.
Not that I'm shunning the idea of him coming back to it, but it's just, if Marvel's going to do that, I say just recast. Just do it all over again, because Fox has already created a universe itself. They have 2 or 3 movies slated to come out, and then they still have all of Deadpool and that
you could recast. Movie. You could recast, and I'm okay with that too. Mm-hmm. But looking to see how big and how much hype that Infinity War is going to have, like with all these characters, it's like you're going to have Spider-Man fighting with the Guardians. There's there's the trailer with Thor, talking to the Guardians too. You've got like Black Panther and Captain America, and then you have like Ant-Man, like all the people that so far, like all these characters that have already been established in like one movie. Like people are gonna lose their shit. I feel like if they are gonna enter or assimilate the X-Men into the new MCU that they have now, I feel like with the way that they're going, or a smart thing to do would to not be recast, because imagine people again would lose their shit even more if you saw a scene with Captain America, Iron Man, Wolverine, Spider-Man. Okay, it's just all in like the same room.
Let me ask you this: do you keep the original cast of X-Men, or do you keep the new Age of Apocalypse cast?
I feel,
because with the Age of Apocalypse cast, you can keep them for a bit longer.
Right.
With the original cast, how many of them would want to go back? Like, is Kelsey Grammer like healthy enough to like come back as Beast?
Well, I feel like he might not be. I feel like that's a character you can recast.
Well, they have recast.
Well, right, but I mean, like if they were gonna bring back the original cast members,
I get what you're saying, because he's all painted up. So
that, and he didn't exactly make that much of an impact in X3. It's like he was there, and he was smart and whatever. Sure, you can bring back James Marsden as Cyclops, because it's like, okay, he made a people know him as Cyclops. You can bring back Famke Janssen as Jean Grey. I mean, that would be pretty damn cool. Keep some of the original cast, and if you wanted to bring in some of the newer casts for like other members, you can just kind of mix them in.
Or do you think maybe it'll be a good idea to do the what was that cartoon, the X-Men Ultimates? X-Men. It was like Logan was like a teacher, but like Jean Grey and Cyclops and...
Was it X-Men Evolution?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Okay.
Evolution. Like, they were all like teenagers, but like Logan was like...
Yeah, and it had like older... Nightcrawler and Mystique. Yeah.
Should they do that? Like, have a mix of like old cast members and new cast members?
Yeah, I feel like they could do a mix. They could do a mix between like old and new. Bring back... I feel like the main... Okay, the 4 characters that I feel sticks out as the original cast that you probably shouldn't recast, or maybe 5, would be Wolverine, Storm, Cyclops. You would have Storm, Cyclops, Wolverine, Professor X, and There's like one person that I can't remember right now. I like literally just lost my train of thought. But like those, and Jean Grey, yeah, those members you can like keep, like from the original movies, you can keep them, and then everyone else you just grab from the newer movies.
Halle Berry, I would like replaced.
You think so?
I would like her replaced because she doesn't do the accent. She does it in X-Men. And X-Men 2, it's like a weird mix of that and an English and like an American accent. And then she just like gives up.
Wait. She does an accent in the first one?
Yeah. Because Storm has an accent. Storm has an African accent.
I know that, but I don't remember having an accent.
Yeah, it's really bad. And she tries.
Okay.
And she tries. And then in X2, like, she, like, tries, but then gives up towards the end. And then the last one, she's like, oh, no, I'm American accent.
Wow.
So...
Okay.
Just replace her with somebody else.
Okay. And that's fine. So...
But, yeah.
What was the original article?
Blade.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Blade. Yeah.
So,
I can see John Boyega as Blade.
That'd be
cool.
I would like to. I'm just kind of waiting for him to be in a superhero movie. I mean, he's already got Star Wars. He's already got Pacific Rim. That
Right.
I hope does well. I can see it doing okay, but I hope it does well. He's a great actor. So
yeah, definitely.
Continuing with all Disney stuff, Disney's Christopher Robin, that Winnie the Pooh movie.
I saw the poster for it, or like a teaser poster.
Fucking Pooh looks adorable. Like, I'm not the biggest Winnie the Pooh fan, but like they made this fucking bear look adorable.
Nice.
And then let's see, what else? Zack Snyder reveals that there's a Watchmen Easter egg in Justice League.
Okay.
I didn't catch it.
I didn't catch it either.
So hopefully when the DVD comes out, we'll be able to sit and watch it.
Did you also hear that Zack Snyder was actually let go?
Yeah.
Like, he was actually fired.
Yeah.
And it was revealed that he was fired from DC a few months before he actually left. And I know you guys can't see, but quotation mark left.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's man. That's what I mean. What was the reason? I mean, I can imagine what the reason might have been, but
I'm pretty sure since they haven't stated, or since they haven't given any official reasoning why he was let go, I'm pretty sure it's because it's like they know that we already know what the reason is, because he's fucked up the movie so much.
Well, I'll give Zack Snyder this.
Not exactly fucked them up, but at least like they're just in the DC movies are in such a weird area right now.
I really want to know. And I wish I was a fly on the wall when they had this talk with Zack Snyder. How much of it was studio interference and how much of it was actually Zack Snyder?
Right.
Because people are always like, Zack Snyder fucked it up, but what if DC told them, like, no, like, this and this needs to happen because we need to catch up to Marvel?
I feel like it might be both. It might be an equal thing. Like,
because I feel like, because you look at something like 300, which I'm not personally a fan of, but you look at something like 300 and Watchmen, and the amount of characters that Watchmen has and what Zack Snyder did with that, there's no excuse why he couldn't do that with DC. True. So maybe he was either too invested as a fan than a director than a director to actually go out and make the best he could, or maybe the studio interfered a bit too much.
It could be. Completely off topic. I still have my Google Images search right now, and I typed in because I'm always trying to figure out who would be a good Green Lantern. Like, obviously we don't want Ryan Reynolds, and Chris Pine is already Steve Trevor.
That's upsetting, man. Chris Pine would be so great.
I think he would be great, and so I typed in John Krasinski because I think he'd be a pretty good choice too. He's got a new build now. He looks pretty buff.
John Krasinski, really quick. He auditioned for Captain America, almost got it, but got beat out by Chris Evans.
Yes, I saw. I do remember that.
There was a fan made get up of him as Mr. Fantastic.
That's exactly what I'm looking at right now.
Yeah.
Here it is.
Yeah. And he'd be great.
I think that looks awesome.
John Krasinski is perfect for Mr. Fantastic.
Yes, I agree. I feel well, like I said, now Fantastic Four is part of the MCU now, so there you go. This is it. This is perfect.
Yeah. So he'd be great. I still don't know who you would cast as Thing or Torch or Sue, but John Krasinski definitely.
Well, at least we got a quarter of the team.
Definitely, because I mean, I don't know, like who do you get to play the Thing? Like, he has to be like a big like broody guy.
Yeah.
So
another one on this that I was looking at. I don't know if I can find it again. On this Google Images, it had a picture of who's the main character from Sons of Anarchy.
I think his name's like Charlie something.
Yeah, well, there's one where they've got, it's not fan art, but for Green Arrow.
Oh yeah, no, like people have been wanting him to play Green Arrow for years now.
I can see it. And, it works. He's got the facial hair for it.
There's a few actors that I'm like, yes, like they should be this role, and like Colin Farrell as Constantine.
I can see that. Yeah.
So like that, and he was actually on board to do Guillermo del Toro's Dark Justice League, and that ended up falling through. But like, if you're gonna do a Constantine movie, bring him back. I mean, Matt Ryan does a fantastic job as Constantine for the television series.
Yeah, no, he does.
He's so great. But I mean, as far as cinematic, Colin Farrell, man, Colin Farrell would be the best.
But would he work as a blonde?
Oh yeah.
Then there you go.
Yeah. I mean, even if he doesn't really even have to be a blonde all that much. Like, just like
True.
Do like a dark-haired blonde or whatever.
You know, I actually
I think he was blonde in. I could be misremembering, but I think he was blonde in Fantastic He might have been.
Yeah, I think you're right too. I did hear that they were going to make a sequel to the first Constantine with Keanu Reeves.
No.
Really?
No, because it turns into like this weird, like, not religious thing, but it turns into like it's very off-putting. Like, it's very not comic book accurate. Like, I don't know. Like, there's a part where like he's ascending and then he just like puts up the middle fingers. And so I'm just like, I don't know. if you're gonna do a movie, like, obviously they're not gonna put Matt Ryan in a film because they don't want to cross TV and movie.
Yeah,
but,
of course.
You know, get Colin Farrell.
Okay,
get Colin Farrell. He was on board before. He'll probably be on board for it still. So.
And I think I don't know if I've said this before. I feel like I keep going off subject for quick bits and stuff, but this is just like my casting choices. If they ever decide to bring Booster Gold into the films, this is who I think would be perfect for that role.
Brad Pitt?
Yeah. Imagine him with the glasses and the gold suit. I mean, if you look at
that image right there, the one with the glasses where his hair slicked back.
Look at this one right here. Yeah. He looks like he'd be Booster Gold. Yeah. And Brad Pitt has like the comedy chops to play that character who's like, I don't know how to be a superhero.
Who would you pair him up with for Blue Beetle?
Blue Beetle. You want to do Ted Kord or Jamie, whatever his name is. The young one.
Jaime Reyes?
That one, yeah.
I mean, you'd have to do the
like Ted Kord, like the older one.
Yeah, you'd have to do Ted Kord because they have that like buddy cop thing.
All right, let's see, Ted Kord.
Because don't get me wrong, and I've been going on about this past week on Twitter about like Hispanic superheroes, because you know, people are up in arms about, you know, Black Panther and the representation that brings and stuff like that.
Right.
And I started thinking about it. I'm like, there's really no like Hispanic characters at all. I mean, you have Blue Beetle for DC, and you have
the current Blue Beetle.
Yeah. And then you have Robbie Reyes, who's the current Ghost Rider.
Oh, right.
But they're not like Ghost Rider was brought in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. We're not going to see him in a film. Like,
true.
The thing that I was upset about and what I was ranting about was just that, like, Marvel and DC haven't made a conscious effort onto making, like, a Hispanic character. And my friend had, like, linked me, like, a like a BuzzFeed article. They're like, but look at these characters. I'm like, yeah. There are Hispanic characters, but there aren't any that have such a distinct following or have been built up to a point of, like, say, Black Panther or Iron Man or Spider-Man.
Right.
Like, they don't have that. So all I really would want would be for Marvel or DC to really make a conscious effort to, like, pushing forward. Because you can make that argument, like, oh, Robbie Reyes and Jaime, you know, like they're Hispanic. Yeah, but Jaime is more about, you know, the Scarab. And I mean, his comics aren't really, like, exploring his culture or anything like that.
Right.
And, you know, it's more about space adventures and stuff like that. He's a great character. Don't get me wrong. He's a really fun read too. But at the same time, it's like he just he's the Blue Beetle. He's not, you know,
right
Hispanic. And then with Robbie Reyes, great character, and I want him to be fleshed out more. But he's so buried in the shadow of Ghost Rider that when you think of Ghost Rider, you think of Johnny Blaze, not Robbie Reyes.
Yeah, of course.
So you know, so that, I mean, that's all I'm kind of hoping for.
Yeah.
But, you know, hopefully Marvel will realize that soon and they'll create a new character. Something that I heard, going off about that, something that I heard from the Weekly Planet was, would you be okay with Marvel doing a Harley Quinn type situation where they create a new character in the movies? Like, regardless of race, powers, whatever.
Just a brand new original character.
Yeah.
Kind of like, okay, so what do you mean, like, by Harley Quinn? Like, since she was the original character from the Batman animated series, and then became, okay. Yeah. I'd be cool with that.
Yeah, see, I feel like that's an opportunity where they, like, Marvel can do like some kind of, like, course correction. Like,
in fact, I think it's time for both DC and Marvel to create new superheroes. You know, because it's like,
I mean, if you look at it now, Marvel, like, all they're doing is just, like, they're just recycling their characters. You have Ironheart with I think her name is Riri Williams.
Yeah.
And then you have Spider-Man with Miles Morales.
Right.
And then you have you have the new Nova with Sam Alexander. And then you have Ghost Rider with Robbie Reyes. Like, these are just titles that are being handed down to already existing characters. So that's why I'm like, make a new character. Make a badass, like, Asian character.
Yeah. I completely agree. I would be I would be completely okay with Marvel or DC coming out with a brand new hero for their movies, and then for that to be incorporated in their comic books and stuff. Because I feel like that'd be perfect. I feel like I think with Marvel, I think the films would be a perfect medium to introduce a brand new character.
That's where they're striving now, because their comics haven't been doing great in the longest time. Ever since they did their, like, universe conversions, like, they haven't been selling well. I mean, they're still selling, but they're not as well as they were, say, 20 years ago. So, but yeah, like, that's I think film would probably be the best medium for them to do it.
Trash truck.
Oh, trash day. But yeah, that was just kind of what I've been obsessing about over this past week. It's just like, just not so much of them having more new characters, but also that representation, because just Black Panther has cemented that that thought into my head, because people are like, oh, well, finally, like, we have a black superhero. Yeah, but the thing is that Black Panther has existed for years. True. Yes, he just had his first cinematic outing, but he's also had animated movies. He's been in animated shows. He's had his comic book run for years. He's been there. Yeah, he's one of Marvel's poster children. Right. You can't really say that for any of their, Hispanic or Asian characters. That's very true. And I know by saying this, people are like, people might come back at me for saying, like, Danny Rand should have been kept white, because his character is white. Right. So people were like, oh, they should have made him Asian instead. I would have been fine with it, but I honestly I preferred the comic book accuracy just a bit more, than it, for the lack of a better way of saying this, than the representation.
Right.
But if they were to come out like, oh, we created a new Asian character that we're gonna completely flesh out and make, as we're gonna try and attempt to make as popular as Iron Man, or make him as popular as Spider-Man, or same with Hispanic or Native American or stuff like that. Like it's just it's just something that I wish Marvel and DC just pushed forward to, because I mean DC, I think maybe arguably their comic books are still going strong.
Yeah.
From what I know.
They've got that storyline with the Watchmen and DC characters right now. I don't know exactly where they are in the arc, but yeah, they definitely have that.
Okay.
Now we totally went off a completely different.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to go on that rant. It's just something that's been on my mind. But
honestly, I'm the one who started it. I was like, hey, look what this is.
But closing all of this out, the lead actor from the Black Lightning series hopes that the ratings will get better because of Black Panther. I still haven't watched the show myself just because I haven't had the time.
Right.
But I've been wanting to watch it. We spoke about it a little bit about it earlier. I get kind of like a Luke Cage vibe from it.
Yeah.
But I definitely want to watch it.
Yeah, I'll check it out too. But yeah, like when we were talking about it earlier, it's funny because, like I said before, this guy is like living electricity. Why the fuck are you moving that slow?
Yeah.
Like his costume looks cool, but it's like,
it looks accurate, but it also looks like it's limited in his movements.
It is, because it looks like with all that like wiring and stuff, trying to keep that suit like turned on or something like that. It's like, okay, I get it. It's like you're made of electricity. You're probably the one powering the suit, but it's like it looks kind of bulky, and it's like, dude, why are you moving so slow?
Yeah.
Like, you are. No. I mean, other than that, like it looks cool. I like the concept, and I kind of have a bias, I guess, for characters that have electric powers.
Yeah, me too, man. Because it all has to do with a little game called Infamous.
Yes, Infamous. I love that game. I mean, hell, the comic book character that I want to create is a mixture of Infamous and the Flash. It's just, I love characters who have lightning controlled powers, and the show looks good, and I definitely want to watch it. It's just, I hope I'd be able to look past the fact that it's just his suit just looks so bulky, and he just looks. He's got that.
For the most part, it looks pretty accurate.
Yeah, I mean, it looks good. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if this is the show that introduces static.
That's what I was gonna say. So recently, I've been a little obsessed with what's his name? I believe his name is Shamik Moore.
Okay.
He was the lead actor in the movie Dope.
Okay.
He's also the voice of Miles Morales in the Spider-Verse movie that'll be coming out soon. So that's why I've been a little obsessed with him, because I've been trying to keep track of like what's going on with that film. And I was trying to look stuff up for the Spider-Verse stuff. I was like, this guy would be a great Static. He'd be great for Static. Let me see if I can just pull up an image really quick. But,
right.
I mean, he's about the right age, or at least can play the right age, as Static, and I mean he's definitely got the acting chops for it.
Right.
So let's see if I could.
Yeah, because I feel like if they were going to introduce Static, it would probably be in a TV show like Black Lightning.
Yeah.
Which, now that I'm saying that, I feel like maybe they could have just gone the Static route and done a live action Static TV show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, not to say anything wrong against Black Lightning. I mean, it's cool if they want to do that, but
it's a little upsetting that Injustice passed on Static.
Yeah.
To bring back Black Lightning.
Just for the show.
Just for the show, just to promote it. They should have done like a 2-skin for Raiden.
Yeah.
So it would have been Static and
yeah, that would have been cool.
But let's see.
Okay, yeah. I can see it.
Yeah, he's been like growing out his hair and like he looks like Static. So
Yeah, I can see it.
I'm like, yeah.
Make his hair a little bit longer, and you've got a perfect Static right there. That's cool.
So yeah, he it'd be great. Also, just why the fuck is Static not available anywhere? Like the show, it is not available anywhere.
Like Static Shock?
Yeah,
really.
You can buy the shows in volumes. Like I think you can only buy it to like volume 2, but it's got 4 seasons. And it's not on iTunes. It's not on Google Play. It's not on Hulu. It's on Netflix. It's nowhere to be found.
Interesting.
So I wonder if it's just like DC or Fox or whoever owns Static, because I know he's not a DC property completely. He's owned by somebody else. So I don't know if they have the rights and just
that might be it. Yeah.
But me and my brother have just been like trying to watch this, and
because it was a good show.
Yeah, we can't find it anywhere.
Wow.
So
interesting.
But yeah, from that that'll end.
Quick bits.
That
was not quick at all.
They're becoming longer.
Yeah.
We need to start timing these things.
We should.
But
all right.
with that very loose transition.
Segue, yeah.
Black Panther.
Black Panther, yes. Mentioned a couple times in quick bits. Now we get to finally talk about it.
Yeah. How many times have you watched it?
I've seen it once.
I've seen it twice already.
Wow. Yeah, I only saw it once. I loved it. I saw it.
Again, aside from Spider-Man.
Right.
It's my favorite Marvel movie. Because I think it has the only nitpick, the only nitpick that I have.
Spoilers for Black Panther, by the way.
Well, it's not even a spoiler.
Well, just in case.
Okay.
Because I know I might say some spoiler stuff.
The only nitpick that I have is that they committed the same crime again with their villain, who is just a carbon copy.
Thank you. That's exactly... Okay, for me, I gave this movie a 9.5 out of 10.
Killmonger would have been... Don't get me wrong, Michael B. Jordan does a great job.
Yes.
He's still a great villain.
Yes.
But Killmonger should not have put on the suit.
Okay.
I don't know.
Like the Black Panther suit?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But then again, I can't really see them going toe to toe because T'Challa's suit it's OP.
Yeah, of course.
So, but that's the only nitpick I have about it, is that it's the same. It's a carbon copy. It's just fucking reverse Black Panther.
Yeah.
Because you had that with Iron Man. You had that with Hulk. You had that with Captain America. You had that.
Soldier.
You had that with Thor, maybe with Loki, if that counts. Kind of, not really.
Maybe.
You had that with who else? Doctor Strange. The only person you didn't really have that with was Spider-Man.
True. Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, like because they're making these villains to go to be able to go toe to toe with the hero. That way, it seems more evenly matched. That way, they're not always getting their ass kicked. Mm-hmm. Yes, and I can see where Spider-Man is the exception because he gets his ass kicked by the Vulture.
Yeah.
With Thor, it was not so. I wouldn't say it's so much Loki. It was more whatever that metal giant monster thing was.
That's true. So I guess Thor is also an exception.
Kinda, yeah, but it's still like, did it really prove that much of a challenge for him?
True.
God of Thunder.
Yeah, true. But I mean, there isn't like Bizarro Thor in it either. So
Bizarro Thor. So it's just him beating up on Beetle Ray Bill.
But see, I would have been upset if Beetle Ray Bill was the villain in the first Thor. So
and plus, since it's Marvel, they'd probably have to kill him.
Yeah. And so
that was my complaint. Like, Killmonger was a great villain. Claw was a great villain. I mean, he basically is the main villain.
So Claw, I saw.
Why the fuck did they kill them both?
Claw, I saw a reason because you can only do so much with Claw. You can only do so much.
Okay.
Killmonger, the reason I think Ryan Coogler said it too, the director, is he said just because they can't both exist, they can't. They just can't, because Killmonger would always want to be in power. T'Challa would always want to protect his country. It's just toe to toe. It'll be an endless fight. You can't really just have Killmonger just like be defeated, and he's like, all right, well, I'm gonna go hide for a while.
Okay, does this guy realize that is exactly the basics of every single comic book ever?
Yeah, but he was trying to build this world for Black Panther. He was trying to build this thing.
I guess. Marvel
people
always...
want M'Baku to be...
M'Baku?
M'Baku? Yeah, my bad. I'm mispronouncing
it. Timbuktu?
I'm thinking of like... I'm thinking of like 5 different things at once. But they want him to be the next villain, which...
I can see. Well, maybe not. Because...
I can. They can be like a whole like power struggle kind of thing that happens, but...
Maybe.
But M'Baku... there I go again. Mispronouncing it.
Yeah, like I said, the movie was great. I thought it was fun. The jokes were really well done. It definitely had a great like sense of pride of where you come from type of message. Always be proud of your country, be proud of who you are and stuff like that. I loved that message.
People compared it to The Lion King. I don't know if that's a race thing but I do see parallels.
You know what? Yeah.
I don't know if people were like just be like racist about it, but I do I do see the story parallels to it.
No, I can kind of see it too. Like
Also, quick note: fuck anyone who was going to these movies and then coming home and typing on Facebook like, I got assaulted, like my white girlfriend got assaulted.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Oh my god. Fucking idiots. Anyways, my white girlfriend got assaulted by a black person.
I don't know.
This movie isn't free. I saw that. That's a stupid. Oh my god. I hate the world we live in. I hate it.
Anyways, back to Black Panther. Everyone's just great in it.
No, it was great. Like I said, the only reason why I'm giving it a 9. Because I'm giving it a really high score. That movie is practically flawless.
I'm giving it a 10. Aside from the nitpick, it's a 10.
Yeah,
for me.
Aside from the fact that they killed the villains yet again, it's the movie's practically flawless.
Yeah.
Which is unusual because it's like
this. I think this might be the only film where I can understand why the villains were killed.
Okay.
Because, I mean, there's other. What other movies? I mean, yeah, they kill every villain in every Marvel movie, but they didn't kill Vulture.
True,
but
then again, I feel like with Spider-Man's story, it kind of makes sense for them not to kill an enemy because Spider-Man has an amazing rogues gallery.
Also, I don't know how much of that is Sony's like, them planning stuff. Planning Sinister Six, planning things like that.
Right.
Because rumor has it, as of right now, that Sony and Marvel are planning to do Spider-Man's third film outing to be, or third solo film outing to be, the Sinister Six. So,
okay. What do you mean by third?
So, with Marvel, Tom Holland has a 5-movie contract.
Okay.
He was in Civil War. He had Homecoming, and now he's gonna have Infinity War.
So he has 2 more.
And then he's also have Homecoming 2, if that's what they're gonna call it. Probably not.
The sequel to Homecoming. Okay.
Yeah, and then there'll be his third one.
Okay.
Which actually his third one, I don't know if that's gonna be Infinity Part 2. So it could be it could be Homecoming 3 or it can be Infinity War Part 2, depending on which one comes first.
Mm-hmm.
But with Sony, he signed on for 6. So he has one more after 6, and these contracts can change at any time.
Right.
But as of right now, he's got a 5-movie contract with Marvel. So, so he's gonna be Spider-Man for a few years. Will they kill him off with the supposed, Sinister Six thing? That's what happened with in the Miles Morales storyline in Ultimate. Peter dies and Miles takes over. Miles is already established in the MCU because of Donald Glover.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
I think I see what
there's a deleted scene where he calls him by name, where he's it's scenes of him stuck at his trunk.
Right.
and he calls Miles and he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, Miles. I'm not gonna be able to make it. I'm running late."
Right.
But that didn't make it into the film. But in the film, he says, "Oh, I have a
nephew."
Yeah.
Right.
And anybody who knows anything about Spider-Man and Prowler, Aaron Davis is Miles's uncle. So, they could be doing that. I wouldn't be opposed to it.
I wouldn't be, because it would give Tom Holland time to shine as Peter Parker, and then when his contract is up with Marvel, kill him off, and then bring in their own Spider-Man, Miles Morales. Actually, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and then that way, and so I don't know if Marvel would want to carry that, or Sony would want to be like, okay, we got it from here. We'll
I think they'll do that.
Which that's
it'll be a bold move, because it'd be the first. I mean, yeah, because it would be like a major thing for Marvel to do to kill off one of their characters that they've fought so hard to get you know. So
but also small little thing, Sony is selling assets now, and there's a rumor that Marvel is looking to buy back Spider-Man.
Ooh.
So all that might change. All of the contracts and stuff might change if those articles are to be believed. But I didn't bother to really do any more research. I just kind of saw it.
Right.
But I was like, yeah, it makes sense, because in their film department, Sony isn't doing that well.
Right.
Like PlayStation is pretty much the only thing that's really keeping them alive. So PlayStation and anything Spider-Man. So.
Right.
Actually, no. They just have Spider-Man film and animation rights.
Well, they got that Spider-Man game coming out pretty soon.
Yeah, it's just video games and because they do not have licensing toys. That's all Marvel.
By the way, do you guys like our review of Black Panther? 'Cause this is going really well.
Sorry, you mentioned Spider-Man.
I know,
and I get into it. Anyways, back to Black Panther. Spider-Man for another.
All right. Well, one more thing that I wanted to touch up on about Spider-Man before we head to Black Panther. So sorry guys, but I did recently hear that Tom Holland is going to be in the Venom movie, as Spider-Man.
That has been
that basically connects Venom to the MCU, but at the same time, Sony's all like, no, Venom's not connected. So what is going on there?
There's a weird thing. It's all been but confirmed. Tom Holland is nowhere near. At least his name is nowhere near the credits for Venom.
Mm-hmm.
It's been rumored that he's going to show up as Peter, not Spider-Man.
Right. But that still effectively connects him to the MCU.
Yeah, that would connect Venom to the MCU,
which is cool because Venom's a great character.
He is, but I've been so against this movie for the longest time. I'm gonna watch it because I'm such a fucking fanboy. But at the same time, it's like, how much of this is Amy Pascal just like pressing on, just like hoping, because they do have the right to put Tom Holland in whatever fucking movie they want.
That is true. But then again, that also effectively connects whatever movie those are into the MCU.
Yeah.
So that's like they have to be smart about that.
Yeah. So that's why I'm so concerned, and I want to know exactly what's going on, because Tom Holland hasn't mentioned anything, and people are like, yeah, Tom Holland was on set. Like, well, yeah, so was Jim Carrey in Amazing Spider-Man 2, and people were saying he was going to be Carnage, and no Jim Carrey anywhere. He was just visiting the set.
I can't see Jim Carrey as Carnage.
Oh, trust me, there's images that will convince you. Like, it was, when I heard it, I was like, fucking perfect casting. Yes.
But the thing is, Jim Carrey wouldn't do it anyway, because
he wouldn't. The whole like
kick-ass thing. Yeah. Stupid. Whatever. But That could be a topic for another episode.
Yeah.
We'll get, we could have like a whole Spider-Man episode. So.
Yay! But anyways, back to Black Panther.
Black Panther.
The women in it,
they were really strong. Like, they were very strong characters. Like, I honestly didn't
just beautiful and just strong and
well written.
I want more of that.
Yes.
Like, also, just. I'm so happy that they had their time to shine in the movie. Like,
Exactly.
There was no just like this. Like, this is just like whatever. Like, it wasn't just.
Computer. Ow. Kick the computer.
You almost fell earlier too, and I didn't say anything.
I was actually thinking if you caught that.
I did.
God damn it.
But
this is what happens when we take like a 3-week break.
Let's get back into the swing of things.
I know.
Shiri playing the role of Q for this, showing off all the gadgets and stuff.
Oh yes, yes.
Which was cool. I really liked her character.
Yeah, no, she was good.
She was really fun to watch.
She was funny. Like a lot of the jokes that she had were, she delivered them perfectly.
Yeah. There's also that brother sister dynamic that they have.
You could it was like you almost could, it's like they really were siblings. I really liked that.
Yeah, and then
you come in here inviting, just start kicking things around.
he's like you told me to kick it. You just say how hard. Marvel gave me some fatigue with their constant jokes and stuff like that, but Ryan Coogler they're so well written, they're so well placed too.
Exactly, yeah, because and I know we were talking about because I know we never really did a Thor Ragnarok review on this show. We were talking about it earlier at breakfast. The thing with Thor Ragnarok, it was joke, action, joke, action, joke.
Yeah, and all that has to do with it being 80% improv.
Yeah, which I mean, I'm not against Taika Waititi. I mean, he's a fantastic director. Yeah. I mean, he's funny, but I think that's my main concern with Marvel is is all the movies just going to be joke now? Like with Guardians of the Galaxy. Sure, most of that movie can be jokes because it started off more as an action comedy, which is fine. Something like Thor, however, it's a very fantastic fantasy type of heaven. It has that that mythical element to it that the modern jokes just doesn't really seem to fit. And I know you said something earlier about how Thor's making all these jokes because he spent a lot of time on Earth. Yeah, that's fine.
So what I meant by that is that he's been on Earth so long that he's grown this kind of custom way of thinking and having these thoughts and then spending time with Tony and all that. So, but you're right. For him to change to that level of
modern jokes,
all of a sudden it's fucking improv night. And he's just shooting out jokes.
Yeah,
jokes. Granted, there are maybe what did I say, 3-4 jokes in the entire movie that
Snake and get help,
and then what's his name,
Korg.
Korg's joke about his mom's boyfriend that. Those were funny.
Yeah,
but everything else is just
and not to stray too far from
the fourth one is where have I been? I've been falling for 45 minutes.
Oh yeah, no that I have been falling for 45 minutes. that one's a good one.
Yeah.
But see, that kind of joke, it fits Loki. It fits Loki, because he's a trickster. He's basically a shapeshifter. He can shape into things like that,
So there's a difference between there being a joke incorporated into a scene and the character telling a joke or making jokes. And Thor does that a lot in Ragnarok. He tells a lot of jokes, and I don't know, it's just really over the top for me.
Right. Yeah, and not to stray too far from Black Panther, in comparison or in contrast, each character they tell jokes, but at the same time it's they fit. Yeah. They still fit the situation. With M'Baku when they want to offer him the Black Panther fruit or flower or whatever it is, and he said something it's I'll feed you to my children or something like that, and then everyone starts laughing and he goes, "We're vegetarians." It's oh shit, that was good. Or the jokes that come from Chadwick Boseman, they're very situational jokes, but at the same time it's he's still able to tell a joke. But it fits with him because he's not someone from straight out of Wakanda, or straight up someone from Africa who's completely out of place in the modern world.
Yeah. I know what you're saying.
He's perfectly in place with the modern world and with society. So the jokes that he tells, whether they're telling a joke or being modern about it, it still fits him. Yeah. And that's what I really liked about Black Panther. It was a breath of fresh air and it was almost it took it into a new direction. Black Panther definitely it turned the whole Marvel formula on its head.
Yeah. And I think, and it wouldn't be right for me to say that that Spider-Man has been a comedic staple for everything, but Spider-Man has always been a funny and witty person, and you see a lot of that in his movie, but it's not over the top. It's so fitting.
Yeah.
And because he's a teenager, like all these situations are a lot.
Plus, funnier. it's that's the way he's written.
Yeah.
Like Spider-Man is a smart mouth.
Yeah.
Witty character. And
I think what Marvel.
I don't think Thor is.
Yeah.
Thor is not a quick witted type of.
That's the thing.
Sarcastic character.
I think when Marvel is like, oh, people are reacting positively to Peter Quill and Tony Stark. I wanted to say Robert Downey Jr. so bad. And Tony Stark.
Your face though is all contorted.
Yeah. And Tony Stark and when
we should have
witty,
face cam.
Oh, God no. And but they see all these comedic characters and they're like, well, let's just incorporate more in this and that.
Right.
And I'm happy that Ryan Coogler didn't abide to doing that completely and he did the character how they're supposed to be.
Exactly.
And it worked out so well.
It did. And it was written perfectly.
I mean, it's still making money. And I think I saw yesterday, it's made it's almost to $1 billion.
Jesus.
It's at 900 million.
Wow.
Like 980 million or something like that.
That's amazing.
In the next month, it will be Marvel's first billion.
Wow.
Which, I mean, very well deserved.
Yeah, I agree. Black Panther is a great movie.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's practically flawless.
And also, I don't know about you. I know it's connected to the MCU, but it felt
separate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree. With the exception of what's his name?
Bucky?
Not Bucky. I mean, with him too, but
Martin Short?
That one. Wait, what was his name?
Martin Short?
Yeah. That one.
Bilbo?
Yes. Is that his name in the what's his name in the movie?
In the movie, it's Agent
I know, I'm blanking too. Anyway, him, yeah. Yeah, with the exception of, the post-credits thing with Bucky and the Bilbo, whatever his name is. There really is no connection that ties this movie into the grander scheme of the MCU.
The only thing is events. Because apparently, and I could be wrong because I haven't really looked into it, but apparently this movie takes place in 2016. Okay. So like a month or so after Civil War.
Okay.
So it's very short. It's very short time afterwards, and
which makes sense.
Yeah, and so the only thing connecting this movie to the wider MCU is the post-credit scene.
Right.
Martin Short's character. Is it Martin Short? I feel like Martin Short's somebody else.
Well, it's a good thing I have my trusty Google.
Look it up for me. But
right.
I'm pretty sure it's Martin Short. But it's Martin Short, and then the very beginning of the movie where the news outlet is talking about T'Chaka's death.
Martin Freeman.
There you go. Who's Martin Short?
I don't know. Let's find out. Martin Short. It's a Canadian-American actor, voice artist, comedian, and writer. He is known for his work on SCTV and Saturday Night Live.
Oh, yeah. Martin Short is completely... Yeah.
Oh, right. He was in the movie Three Amigos with... what's his name? Steve Martin?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And, Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
Right. It's a funny movie, actually. But yeah, like I said, sure, the events and the timeline connects it to the MCU, but everything else about this movie, it's like, this is a true solo... It's like Doctor Strange, with the exception of the post-credit scene in Doctor Strange.
I think, and the Avengers Tower, that's the only thing that
connects. It's like the only thing that connects it, which I really like about it, because it definitely feels like this is its own thing, which that's why, and what I was also worried about with all the other Marvel movies that come out, it's like, okay, is this movie just going to be Avengers 2.5? This is like Captain America 3 is supposed to. I mean, I've been saying this, and I always should say it. I love Civil War. I thought it was a great movie. I loved seeing everybody fight each other, but it should not have been called Captain America 3. It should not. They should have just done. They should have called it Marvel's Civil War. Yeah. And then they should have made Captain America 3 his own thing. You know, like he should have, like Captain America 3 should have been dealing with Zemo on his own instead of the whole Civil War thing. Yeah. I feel like they could have done Captain America 3, deal with the whole Baron Zemo thing, and then the events of that movie led up into Civil War. That's why I was like, okay, so are these movie sequels just basically going to be like part of Avengers movies? You know,
they might be now. With Infinity War coming in, they might be now. Yeah, because I mean, after Infinity War, we have Ant-Man and the Wasp, and I'm very curious as to see like how the repercussions of Infinity War are gonna happen. Right. Because it looks like Doomsday, and then it'd be like, okay, well, time for another heist movie. Yeah. So
yeah, I mean, it's not that I don't like these movies. I do. I like them. It's just, why slap the title of a character? Like, why make Thor 4 and then have Guardians of the Galaxy in the majority of the movie? You know, it's just... That's why I really liked Doctor Strange and Black Panther. Because they were solo movies. Yeah. And they were like the true definition of a solo movie. And, you know, it's... I like that. I mean... Sure, it's cool to see like cameos from like Thor: The Dark World with you know, the cameo with Captain America when Loki transforms into him. That was cool. That's fine. We don't need like Captain America in that world, or we don't need Tony Stark in that world. But it makes sense for him to be like that because Loki turns into him and stuff like that. That's cool. That's fine. I like stuff like that. If you can make hints at the other characters, fine. But don't just make it an entire movie with like, oh, it's like this is Thor 3, but it's also a Hulk movie.
yeah. So like in
which I was fine with
Spider-Man Homecoming, when I first heard that Iron Man was gonna be in it, I was like, well, like, what is this gonna be about? Like, yeah. And then I found out that he has like a maximum time of like 5 minutes or so.
That's true.
5-10 minutes, something like that.
That is very true.
And it's very spread out, and it doesn't feel like...
I mean, it basically feels like he's just a cameo with a few lines, which is fine. And honestly, that is the kind of movie that I would like. You know, like, that... If you're going to make a Marvel movie that has a character in it like 4 or 5 times, like, out of the entire movie, with, like, minimal dialogue or anything like that, sure. Cool. Yeah. That's fine. But... Yeah. Not like Civil War status. And again, don't get me wrong, I love Civil War. I thought it was a great movie.
But my favorite line in that and it's by Black Panther, where Hawkeye's like, I don't think we've met. I'm Clint. He's like, I don't care. And he just and then he does that sweet ass tornado kick where he kept it very. Oh, it's so cool. Yeah.
But now going back to like the story of like Black Panther. It was I'm like completely blanking out right now. It was almost like well, the story is obviously like, you know, trying to highlight, you know, Black Panther's role as a king, like his new role as a king. You know, it's like he's like trying to get into it. You know, he's doing these things, and it's like, okay, well, I want to do this, this, and this. We should do this. And they're still trying to like deal with the aftermath of Age of Ultron. Yeah. You know, because, you know, with Claw, since he stole all the vibranium or stole a lot of vibranium and stuff like that, he brought that into it. And then when you bring Killmonger into it too, as you know, it's revealed that he was the son of the former king's brother. Yeah. You know, I like the way it was written into it like that.
Because in the comics, Killmonger and T'Challa are not related whatsoever.
Right. I like that they put them as cousins.
And I think, and I could be wrong, but I think somewhere it was stated that Killmonger was like the son of Claw.
Huh.
It could be misremembering something, or like it could be a different character, but there was something like that in the comics. But I'm happy they didn't go that route.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that would have been another Fantastic Four thing.
Yeah, I do like that they made them cousins because it made it a little more personal. It wasn't just like some dude who came and tried to take the throne. Like he came in and he was like, no, I'm taking this throne because like our people need help.
Yeah, it's like because of your dad, because of my uncle, I had a shitty life. Yeah. And I think I deserve something like that. It
wasn't even him being like, I deserve better. No, he was like, my people deserve better.
Right.
Like
a lot of people are saying that Killmonger was probably the best written villain that Marvel has done. Yeah. And he's very sympathetic, and it's true. It's very sympathetic.
He was trying to do the right things the wrong way,
of course,
and it turned, it makes me mad that he's dead now. But I understand why he's dead.
Right? Yeah, I don't agree that he's dead. I feel like they could have kept him alive and brought him back for another story or something like that. Which is, I feel like that's what both DC and Marvel need to do. They need to not kill off their villains because it's like. Once they kill, I mean, again, like you can't live off of Spider-Man's villains.
That's
like
true.
I mean, like I said, I'm glad they didn't kill the Vulture, but what villains are going to be left?
The Vulture is not going to go up against Iron Man. He's not.
Obviously not. Yeah. I mean, obviously none of these villains are going to be going up against the Avengers or anything like that. Yeah. That's why I feel like you got to stop killing the villains. Yeah. Got to give them something to do.
Let's see. Who are the villains that have stayed alive? Vulture, Loki, who's kind of a villain.
He's like an anti-hero now.
Yeah. Red Skull technically is still alive. God knows where though.
Zemo still alive.
Zemo's still alive. But also Zemo's just a guy.
True.
And he's not even like super intelligent either. He's not a dumbass, but he's not like crazy intelligent. He's just like
he's very clever though. He's very meticulous.
Yeah. And then like Ultron is gone.
Yeah, see, like we can't even think. Like Marvel's just been killing off their villains left and right.
I'm extremely curious about Captain Marvel because they're rewriting her entire history for this movie, and so to give her a villain, I think they said that it's gonna be the Skrulls.
Yeah.
So So I don't know, but just announce a Nova movie already.
All right.
But back to Black Panther. I feel like we keep going on and on.
I know. This is what happens. I think we're already an hour and a half into this.
Yeah. I don't have much to say. Well, much more to say about Black Panther.
Yeah, because the movie's just there's really nothing wrong with it. Like the visuals were great.
It's damn near perfect.
It is. The acting was great. I loved the storylines. I liked the fact that the tribes like even turned on each other. Mm-hmm. You know, and then like at the end, it's like I can't kill you because it's like what are we doing? Like why are we doing this? You know, and it was just even the accents. Everybody had a very convincing like African accent. I was like, how is this person not really African? You know, like this is amazing. You know, this. I mean,
it's called acting, Kyle.
I know that. But still, like it's like it was so believable. Yeah. You know, it was so believable, and like you said, each of the characters had their own time to shine. You know, like you had Martin Freeman's character in that holographic plane thing shooting him down.
Also,
that was cool.
Not that I was expecting it, but I'm also happy that they didn't just make him the white guy.
the token white guy.
Yeah. So like, there was definitely scenes where they were like looking at him like you know, like you don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
But I like that they're like, you know, like you're a pilot, you're gonna help. Like
yeah, and also it was also good like. It wasn't like he was the outsider. You know, it's like, don't touch anything. You're not even supposed to be here, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, oh, no, you're here. So, you know what? Come on, help us. We need your help. Go take that high-tech thing that I just developed that you've never done before.
One of my favorite things was what was it? Oh, it was Shuri. And she's like, yeah, it's easy. Just like riding a hover bike. He's like, you guys have hover bikes?
That's right, yeah.
Which prompts my question, are they going to give Hawkeye his hover bike?
Ooh, he has a hover bike?
Yeah, he does.
Oh,
He does.
I don't know.
So
Will they ever give Hawkeye his actual costume too? Who
I don't know.
knows?
Apparently, he's gonna strip off Hawkeye, and he's gonna be what is that character's name? Once I remember, I'll tell you. But it's like a black and gold like suit. Ronin, I think. No, not Ronin. Raiden, I think. Something like that.
Okay.
But it's like he's like a ninja like type character.
Oh,
like
shit.
he's so dope. He's really cool. And the way that like his costume is set up, it looks like they're taking him that way.
Okay.
So
that's cool. But yeah, no, you're right. Like there really isn't much to say about Black Panther.
It's perfect. Go watch
it. It is. No, yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, go watch the movie.
Go help it reach 1 billion.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
I mean, the movie struck up such a positive uproar that people are like bring Wakanda to Disneyland. Like make a Wakanda like section, which I would be all up for.
That'd be cool.
That'd be just like high tech. Like
okay, so this is not a sponsor or anything, but I downloaded the app called HQ. You ever heard of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a game, or it's an app you download, and basically you play like a live game show from your phone to earn real money. And then as the game is going on, there's a section where you can like type in comments and stuff, and like all messages come and go real fast because you've got like thousands and you can get like 1 million players to play the game. Yeah. And every time I play that game, someone in the comment section, at least like 30 people at once, will say Wakanda forever. It's ridiculous.
It's struck up this this positivity and crave for more of what we've got with Black Panther, which is
unity. Unity is like the one word that comes to mind with this movie. It's just like, and it's not so much like unifying like the tribes or to stand for their country. It's like it's more like unity for everyone. It's like I would say if this movie had a political message, it would be to just forget about your differences with whatever parties out there or whatever. Just come together to make this world a better place. Isn't that
that's exactly what it's ending with, because even in the end where they decide to finally like do that outreach stuff with with everything, he's like yeah, we're gonna make this place better. We're gonna make this world a little better little by little.
I love at the end where he's talking to like the United Nations or something like that, and he's all like, we have stuff to offer you, and it's like, with all due respect.
Yeah, they're like, what the fuck do you mean you have things to offer?
It's like, what?
Isn't Wakanda just like a dirt farmland?
What can Wakanda offer? And then like his smile or like his look, like, little do you know, motherfucker.
I got a cat suit. Bulletproof.
Also, I feel like with Black Panther, and actually when you just said that black cat suit, he is the second person in this Marvel universe that I can really think of right now who has an alter ego that nobody knows about. Yeah, because Spider-Man's identity is still not shown to the public. Well, I guess you can say Ant-Man's identity is not known to the public as well.
Yeah, that's true.
And Black Panther.
Yeah.
Because
Doctor Strange too, also.
But it's not like he's trying to hide his identity.
That's true.
Yeah. But like Thor, Captain America, Tony Stark, War Machine, all these people, they let their identities be known in the public.
Yeah.
Which is a big deviation from comic books and stuff. But that's what I liked about. That's another thing I liked about Black Panther. Nobody knows that, T'Challa is Black Panther.
Wait a minute. That's actually kind of a loose statement, because in Civil War he unmasked himself in front of like cops and everyone.
Oh, true. But it was like in Germany, and like nobody cares about Germany.
That's true. So, no, yeah, I guess you're right, because even Martin Freeman's character is like he's like, oh, I haven't told anyone about you running around in a catsuit.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, yeah, I mean.
Also, he's kind of a dick, because he's like, yeah, you gave him Barry Zemo, and for that, like, I gift you the gift of me keeping your secret. I was like, yeah, you dick. Like,
yeah. But yeah, like I was saying, like it's it's a flawless movie, practically flawless. The story was great. The villains were perfect. Even though like they killed off Claw and Killmonger, I liked Claw as a villain. Thought he was great. Killmonger was very sympathetic. Like you definitely like felt for him, and it was like wow, he was written really well. The action was great. The visuals were perfect.
Also, Killmonger's character has to do just a tiny bit of Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler's relationship as director and actor, because they've been working together for years. I mean, I think the first thing that they did was Fruitvale Station.
Okay.
Which was one of Michael B. Jordan's like biggest movies. So, and I mean they've been friends for years, and so that's probably one of the reasons why Michael B. Jordan is even in the Marvel universe. So, but yeah, like that their relationship as far as professional, it's always worked out for them.
Right.
So, but yeah.
So yeah, but overall, the movie Black Panther definitely gets a 9.5 out of 10 for me.
It gives it a 10. I'm not gonna let the little nitpick like take it away. It's a 10 for me.
It's great. Yeah.
And I'm excited to own it. I'll probably go watch it a third time.
Yeah, I'll probably have to go watch it a second time just to see if there's
really quick
else.
Kendrick Lamar's Black Panther album that goes along with it, great as well too for it.
Very cool.
So also, as far as like scores go, Black Panther has a great score.
It does.
It does. It's the first. It's the first Marvel movie that I've noticed that the music is actually present.
Yeah, I can see
because
that.
The only thing, Spider-Man has one like significant like tone, and it's like those like, I think it's like trumpet maybe or flutes. I don't really know the instrument. I'm hearing it in my head, but I can't really pinpoint it.
The only thing I hear in my head is you. Somewhere in headphones.
But they did that, and then they did the Spider-Man theme song in the very opening that they like kind of revamped for it. The orchestra,
okay, I did hear that,
which I love. But yeah, like Black Panther, solid score. Like if they came out with an actual album for it,
I'm pretty sure.
At least I hope they do, because they came out with Kendrick Lamar's album to it, which they used pretty much throughout the film. But as far as the soundtrack goes, I'd like to have that.
Yeah.
Too. But I mean, unless you got anything else
for Black Panther, no, I've got nothing like that. I think I've said everything I needed to say. I mean, if I watch it again, I might come up with other things for it, and we can probably say that on a consequent episode. But
real quick, everyone's predicting that the Soul Stone is in Wakanda.
Of course.
Yeah,
so? You know, honestly, I was actually surprised that we didn't get to see it. But at the same time,
it hasn't been confirmed either.
True, but I'm actually I'm surprised that we didn't get to see it in Wakanda, because that's what everyone was saying. But again, I'm also glad we didn't see it, because again, that would tie it to the whole bigger picture of everything, which it's like, oh, okay, fine, another stone, whatever. But the fact that they didn't yet confirm it being there, it's still kind of like a mystery, and I like that. I really like that,
because the whole like spiritual visions that they can have, seeing their past loved ones and stuff like that, does tie into the abilities of the Soul Stone. But at the same time, I like that Ryan Coogler didn't put that in there, so he kind of left it open ended for Marvel to either decide to put it in there or put it somewhere else.
Right.
But I mean, like you said, it's great that they didn't put it in there, because that would have officially tied it to everything else and made it feel like just another
stepping stone to Infinity War. Which...
And it doesn't feel like that at all, and I'm happy that they did that.
Yeah. That's the thing. Black Panther, like I said before, it takes the Marvel formula, it completely flips it upside down, and this is where I would like to see the Marvel movies go. I feel like Black Panther is the bar that they've set for themselves. And now every Marvel movie comes out, every subsequent Marvel movie that comes out now should be reflected into that. I mean, I wouldn't say they should make it exactly like Black Panther, but you should definitely take elements.
Yeah.
And stop killing your villains. God damn it.
Because, I mean, Thanos probably won't get killed in this one. He'll probably be like teleported somewhere, and then they'll be like, well, he'll be back in another 10 years, so.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah.
Holy shit! Yeah, you're right. I'm not even sure how Infinity War is gonna end.
I have no idea, and I've been trying to keep away for the most part of it, but when things pop up, I'm like,
is there anyone bigger than Thanos? or is he like the dark side of DC?
Aside, he's technically the dark side of Marvel, but there technically is one character in the Marvel universe. There's two. There's Reed and Sue Richards' kid, who's got like this like crazy like power to like control whatever the fuck he wants.
Oh my god. Yes. Okay, I don't know. I forgot his name, but I know.
So did I. But he's the reason why Peter's like still young. Cause yeah, in the comics he's like yeah, he goes, I kept everyone the same age. Because this is how Marvel explained why their characters never aged. And it was this kid was like, yeah, I liked everyone the same age. I like seeing all the fights and everything. He's like, so yeah. So basically, they're just like his playthings. But then on top of that, there's another character called, I think his name is like the One Above All, like that's his legitimate name. And
isn't that God?
Like he's like bigger than God. I don't know. Like it's a whole thing. But he's
because DC has a character like that too, called like, and it's like completely losing me. It's like because there's in DC in the comics there's a thing like out some sort of like part of the universe called the Source Wall, and like beyond the Source Wall is like where like the one present like the being lives, and like the Source Wall is basically like the comic wall, you know. It's like wherever all like the comics basically exist. I don't know. I might be getting it wrong, but yeah, it's like DC has a character similar to that.
Yeah. But
yeah. But yeah, I guess that would be our review for Black Panther.
Not much of a review. It's just us being like, yes.
Yeah, you know, it was, yeah, like it's true, and yeah, I mean.
But yeah, aside from just like the two small nitpicks of the villain dying and the villain actually just being a carbon copy, it's pretty,
it's great, and I definitely recommend people to go see it. Yeah,
that's about it.
I know we were supposed to talk about Cloverfield.
How long have we been going on?
I think we've been doing this for like an hour and 45 minutes, so I feel like
shit. Okay. Well, Cloverfield, just really quick. The first one, did you watch it?
I love the first one.
Okay, yeah. The first one, I liked it too. I liked the direction it went. Have you seen the second one?
Yes.
Okay, so
10 Cloverfield Lane.
Yeah. So the second one, it like these movies. Have you seen the third one?
No, the one on Netflix.
Yes,
I have not seen that yet.
Okay, so now these movies have now become.
It's like an anthology thing, but it's all connected. Right.
So what it is like the first one deals with the monster attack in New York.
Of course.
The second one deals with like
an alien invasion type thing.
Yeah, but it's the same monsters as well. It's the same monsters as well. Because you actually get to see it a little bit. Excuse me. When she like escapes or whatever. And then the third one, it's a paradox thing. It's like they travel into a different. They say dimensions. There's a difference between dimensions and universes. I don't want to get too into it, but a dimension is a different. It's different perspectives. You can see other things. Universe as a whole, like that's when you can meet yourself.
Watching you trying to explain this is
because
really
there's so much detail. There's so much detail.
You are like so fidgety right now. It's so funny.
There's so much detail. There's so much detail that can go into it, and I don't have time to explain paradoxes. But they travel into a different universe, and like things, just like weird shit starts happening. Like at one point, like this guy gets his arm cut off just clean because the wall eats it.
Oh damn!
But there's no pain, nothing, and then his arm is just kind of like out, and like he's trying to write, and then there's like just funny moments, and the whole thing is like them just trying to get back to their own universe, and then at the end when they finally do. Like the husband of one of the leads is talking to someone from the from control center, and they're like, he's like, don't tell her to come back because they're like entering atmosphere after their return, and he's like, tell her not to come back, not with those things here, and it comes down, and then you just see like the giant like monster, and then it ends. Like the monster is nowhere to be found in the movie at all until the very end. So this movie could have been called just like Paradox.
But it's called the Cloverfield Paradox.
It's called Cloverfield Paradox just because they put the monster at the end.
Right.
So these movies are becoming far less about the monsters and
right.
stuff and more.
But but everything is still connected.
Yeah. So there, like,
and you know what?
It's a weird thing to try to wrap your head around because it's like these movies are connected, but they're so different and and they feel so disconnected from each other.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know.
Apparently, J.J. Abrams is like loving all of this.
Yeah.
Like this is his. I mean, I know he was pretty proud of Lost, but this, I feel like this is his child. Like this is his. You know.
And what's funny is that like he produced the stuff, but he hasn't directed any of them.
That's true.
He didn't direct the first one.
That's
he
true.
Didn't direct the second.
That's very true.
But he's been
this just makes it seem. This just makes you think that J.J. Abrams is a brilliant dude.
Yeah. Connecting
all these things together. I'll have to watch the Cloverfield Paradox because
it's a fun watch. I watched it while I was doing laundry. Like I was in the laundry room, just like
so casual,
sitting with my phone like on the counter. This old woman passed by and just like looked at me, and I was like, "What?
What?
Fight me!"
Yeah, no, I definitely would like to see what the next direction, what the fourth one's going to be about, because it is confirmed that J.J. Abrams is doing like a fourth one, and
they're just turning into these movies that I'm just like, I'll watch.
Oh yeah, and everyone is. We're watching, and I think everything has to do with like the fact that like the marketing campaigns with them, the lack of information that we get.
My friend was like, she's like, yeah, I was watching the Super Bowl and like I saw the trailer for it. I was like, oh, that's good. And then I was. It said now streaming on Netflix, and I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, you're surprised that they have like commercials now? Like they had commercials for Stranger Things.
Yeah, it's crazy. Maybe one of these days we can do like an in-depth review of both or actually the three movies: Cloverfield, 10 Cloverfield Lane, and then the third one. Once I get to watch it, I know we were just kind of talking about this right now because it just recently came out, but we'll definitely do like a review of Cloverfield. At least if they do like some recent stuff for it, like if they announce more news, then we can definitely do like a review.
They probably will, because I know sometime last week J.J. Abrams sat down with some article and he explained the monster in the end and the connection between all three. So
we're just touching on this, but pretty sure we can even use this as like a filler. Like there's going to be a point where nothing's going to be going on. We're going to have nothing to talk about. So hey, why not talk about Cloverfield? So we'll definitely go into more in detail because I actually have a lot to say about the first movie, because I love the first movie. I like the found footage thing, and I enjoyed the second movie.
Also, wasn't Cloverfield the first like found footage type movie that kind of launched a lot of it?
No. The Blair Witch Project was the one that kind of started the whole found footage genre.
Aside from Blair Witch, I mean
it kinda, because I think Paranormal Activity didn't come out until after Cloverfield.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
because I think Cloverfield. I know Blair Witch started first. Yeah, I think Cloverfield.
It made it more like the mainstream.
Yeah,
thing. Yeah, because, and I think you want to thank the viral marketing campaign for Cloverfield.
Yeah,
because.
Yeah, wasn't there a campaign just like
it was almost like it was real, like a real thing that happened, Because
I think like people were even like Googling stuff.
Yeah. There was a website that you can go to and click around. It was like a legit website for like whatever the company was and something like that.
What was it called? AmandaPlease.com.
No.
My oldest dated reference yet.
I'm thinking. I want to say like Slusho, but I don't think that's right. Oh my gosh! No, it is. It's Slusho. That is like the business. There's one of the
opening page for AmandaPlease.com. Photoshopped.
Oh my god.
Photoshopped. She photoshopped herself with Amanda, and for some reason she photoshopped a pig into it. And I think the same like me and Amanda went to like a farm or something, and it was just like a PowerPoint slideshow of photoshopped images of them together.
It's funny that you're telling me this as if we're not recording. It's like you completely forgot that we're recording something right now, and you're like, hey, Amanda.
I didn't forget.
But yeah, I guess it's like one of the corporations that's connected to the whole Cloverfield thing. But there was a whole like website about it. And I would say that Cloverfield definitely popularized the whole found footage genre. I love I mean, I get like a lot of people don't like the whole found footage thing because it's hard for them to follow. They probably get headaches and stuff like that. But I like that sense of realism that you get from it.
Yeah.
Like it's like you literally are watching. I mean, sure, it's like, oh, is this person going to be filming the entire time? It's like, sure, people aren't going to be filming all the time. Or like, oh, why are you going to be carrying this big old camera to capture a demon or something like that? I get it. However, we live, and I think J.J. Abrams have said it now, or he said it when the first Cloverfield movie came out. This was before like smartphones were even a big thing back then. That everybody's on their phone nowadays. Every time there's like an accident on the freeway or something's going on somewhere, everyone's got their phone out recording. So. Yeah. Of course people would be recording, I don't think we're going to see a found footage movie recorded shot on an entire iPhone anytime soon, but it makes sense. It just makes sense. You just kind of have to suspend your disbelief just a little bit, on the whole camera thing and just go with it.
There was a movie a few years back, and Forrest Whitaker starred in it. I don't know who else was in it, but it was called Vantage Point.
Yes, I've heard of it.
And I forgot where it takes place. I forgot really the main concept of it, but the main concept.
Now I want a slushie.
The main concept of the story. The main concept of the story was that there was like 5 or 6 characters, and they all witnessed the same, like, I think it was a terrorist attack, and the movie plays everyone's vantage point.
Yes. I have heard of that. Yes.
And I remember it being like really good. I also remember that I snuck in Carl's Jr. to that theater. I was almost kicked out. But where I was going with this was I'd like to see like found footage of like different point of views, like different angles, stuff like that. Because I feel like that's where it would be, at least as far as a modern day.
Right. And I just remembered this right now, that J.J. Abrams has come out and confirmed that the Cloverfield monster from the first movie is dead.
Yeah. I'd believe that because they bombed that thing to hell.
True, but at the end of the movie, if you reverse the speech from, I think one of the credits or something like that, it says that the monster is still alive. However, it is also confirmed that this monster was the baby, and the parent is still out there.
See, that would.
I like that.
That would make sense because the monster in Paradox, it's big as hell. Like it breaches the clouds.
Right. Okay.
It breaches. It breaches clouds, and it's massive.
Then that might be the mom.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I feel like to wrap everything up, I feel like Cloverfield is a great franchise. I think
the one thing that continues to be like a constant character in everything is the power outage.
Huh.
Yeah, because in the second one, John Goodman's character is like, oh, you won't survive out there. Like, there's no power. There's nothing. The air is toxic and all that.
Yeah.
And the one thing he was telling the truth was there's no power.
Right.
And in Paradox, the whole reason why they're in space, these astronauts are out there, are because they found a source of energy that they can use to be able to power up the world without,
interesting.
Such expense. So that's really the only like thread that's connecting everything, aside from the monsters, of course.
Interesting. Oh, looks like I didn't realize, but Cloverfield has its own wiki. I might have to read that later.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, I guess that's a wrap.
Sure.
Sure. We went off the rails, but
really bad.
You know what? I actually feel like we contained ourselves pretty well. We went off the rails, but we landed on another track. So.
Sure. It's like there's a Robot Chicken skit for the Star Wars where Gary the Stormtrooper is trying to pull the brakes on this on the Death Star, and there's a commander on a toilet, and then he spins and he just lands on another toilet, and everything's fine. So it's funny because he's just like, oh.
I didn't know where you were going with that, and I loved the conclusion. It's perfect. But yeah, I guess that's it.
We're still taking a shit just on the toilet.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, so we'll definitely be back again next week. Hopefully nothing unforeseen comes up, but yeah, we'll try to keep this up again a little bit more consistently. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. If you guys want to reach us, you can leave a comment down below on the page, because I know this is on YouTube now. If you want to reach us on Twitter, just follow my handle at DCFanboy91.
And mine at Alex Dior with a 0.
Yes. Please send us some stuff. Let us know you're listening.
There's 27 of you. One of you has to be interested.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
but yeah, if you guys have any comments, questions, if you want us to do anything else or talk about anything else, just let us know, and we'll do our best to ignore you. That's it.
That's it.
All right. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.